Pay attention to this train car flying at an ultra-low altitude. It can be called the most difficult helicopter in the world. It is said that our country has obtained one, but it has not been able to weave it successfully for more than 40 years. The Soviet Union also developed this tandem double-hovering helicopter, but it was not installed. It is the CH-47 slave transport helicopter known as the Airbus. This strange-looking helicopter not only has excellent transportation performance, but also has a rather complicated trial scenario. Whether it is desert, snow, jungle, or swamp, it can still take off and land even on the water. This is Lelystad Airport in the Netherlands. A seemingly weak blue trailer is towing a CH-47 slave helicopter to the takeoff point. It has been 63 years since the first flight was completed in 1961. It is hard to imagine that in the era when bicycles were all luxury goods, the Americans had developed such powerful helicopters. The helicopter arrived at the takeoff point smoothly, and the staff immediately carried paper back to the line to fix the front wheel of the helicopter. The mechanic quickly climbed to the top of the fuselage and began to inspect the helicopter. After some scribbled aircraft inspection, the mechanic returned to the ground through the invisible boarding ladder, and the crew was communicating with the ground crew about the details of the helicopter takeoff. With the engine driving, the rotor rotated from slow to fast, and the blades of the front and rear hanging wings seemed to overlap. So why didn't they collide? The two high-horsepower turboshaft engines, as well as the traditional shaft connecting the front and rear of the suspense, are the key reasons why the furnace rod cannot be imitated. I saw that under the pilot's control. The slave of the four seasons slowly raised the chicken's head, and then the helicopter actually slid backwards. This is one of the tricks of the slave of the sense. After sliding a few hundred meters backward, the pilot controlled the helicopter to leave the ground and began to take off vertically. The CH farm crane has a large fuselage and supercarrying capacity. It can not only load soldiers, transport supplies and speedboats, but also lift vehicles, artillery and aircraft, and even lift bulldozers. It also has an enviable flight safety mechanism, which is much better than the V-22 light-turn suspense machine. After flying about 10 meters above the ground, CH-47 performed a 360-degree U-turn in the air to the audience. After 2 minutes, I really didn't feel it coming to the sky of an aircraft, ready to perform a special action of dispatching fighter jets. 4 soldiers stood directly on the fuselage, quickly hung the wrist-thick cable on the fuselage of the cranium trunk, and then jumped out of the plane and left the falling area. After the preparations were over, the cranium trunk adjusted the fuselage angle slightly, then took a deep breath and lifted.